So a friend of mine in Kenya, she was asking me about credit scores, and she was like, "Does this credit score companies in the US get a report from back in Africa or back in Kenya from the CRB, the credit bureau?" I was like, "No, why?" And she told me, well, I need to pay my debt." Huh? I said, "My sister, Chomi, are you okay? If you're not handling the debt that you have in Africa, as little as it is or big, then you're coming to America where they have credit cards left, right, and center. They keep popping up from your Bank of America app. They're telling you, hey, we have this credit card for you. Pick it, sign up for it, get the credit. Are you going to refuse those and then end up in the CRB list, like here in defaulters, where the companies they are reporting your name to these companies that you're not paying your loans in time, you're not paying your mortgage, you're not paying your all the loans that you've taken. Let me tell you for matter of fact, your credit here is not a reflection of what you have home, but it is a reflection of who you are. And if you don't pay your credit card here, they report to three companies. I have them here. The first company is Equifax. Equifax, they will get your name, full name. In fact, when you're applying for this credit, they have your full name. You cannot even hide. A landlord will look you up on the internet or these companies, and they'll see your name and they'll see your credit score. My sister, you need to pay your credit every time, like I said in the previous video, you need to pay at least by the 2-3 days before your closing date or before your deadline. Just make sure you pay, like if the deadline is 10th, pay them before 6, even if it's 6, because these companies, they get your report from these banks or major credit companies. They get your report every, like by the 10th day, they get your report if you paid or not. If they don't get your report, it means you deducted some points. And sometimes I think the more you stay in debt, the more your points go down if you don't pay in time. The same way, the more it goes up if you stay with a lot of credit, but you're paying. You're increasing your point. It doesn't mean that you get $100,000 and your credit just changes. It doesn't, but it could change if you're not paying on time. Okay. So the first one is Equifax. The second one is TransUnion. It's also a company. They get your information. These banks and these credit cards, they're selling your, well, not selling, but they're sending your information to these people because they want them to help monitor how you're using the credit score. And then all these three companies, they'll report to a major company that the, but I'll talk about it at the end. So the third one is Experian. Those three companies, they will get your information. And these three companies, some of them have some different, like different levels on how they grade your points. But it's not like you're going to have 800 with one company and the other company you have 600. No, there are major things that they follow in order to make sure that you have the same credit or kind of the same points. They only differ in maybe 2-3 points. And what do they look at? So when they're sending all this information to a big company called FICO. FICO stands for Fair Isaac Corporation. It's a data analytics company. They will aggregate all your points together and they'll give you a credit score. And the credit score is going to be between 300 to 850. 850 is the maximum, 300 is the lowest. What do they look at? They look at the payment history. If your payment history, I mean, this is self-explanatory. If you're not paying your bills on time, you will fall into this trouble. What's the second one? They look at the amount owed. This considers how much you owe on different types of credit accounts, such as credit cards, loans, mortgages, in relation to your credit limits or original loan amounts. Number three, they look at the length of credit history. Some people have accessed credit maybe since they were 17 or 18. Up to now, they're probably 80 years old. Let me tell you, you might stay in debt for that long. It doesn't mean you're going to suffer. No, if you're paying everything on time and you're not closing your credit cards up haphazardly, although you can close them if you don't need them, but your credit score is going to go down because they really want people to stay in the credit game, because this country has been built on credit. So, but if you're building credit so that you can get assets, real estate investment, or business credit, it's okay, get it. But if you're not, if you have a W-2 job, here they call them W-2 two job, 8 to 5 job. If you have that, stay away from the big credit cards, please. It's not worth it. Number 4, they look at credit mix. FICO takes into account the different types of credit you have, such as credit card, installment loans, or mortgage. The diverse credit mix improve your score, but let this not misguide you. You just need one type. They don't care whether you have loans, mortgage loans, and all that. They just want to make sure you're paying on time. And the 5th one, if you keep applying for new credit cards every single time, yeah, let me tell you, some people they even have almost 10, 20 credit cards. Yes, it's not a wonder. But this should not be you who has just one job. If you're not investing in the real estate, stop. Don't get another credit card. Just get one. One will build your credit score to amazing. I am living proof. I'm not talking about things I'm not doing. I'm talking about things I am doing myself. So you don't need plenty of credit cards. Again, we have another way of, getting credit cards that are giving you points. Okay. They will get you points, even airplane points, airplane tickets, like this big company, the America Express cards. I've seen a lot of people using that. If you have business, fine. If you want to do the credit cards, using your credit card so that you can earn points and you're able to monitor yourself and keep in check with your credit, that's fine. I know some people are very disciplined. Some people are very not disciplined. So if you know you want to travel next year summer and you don't want to use money in your pocket, if you get a credit card, if you use it all the time, that's fine. That's okay, so long as you pay your credit, right? But as an immigrant, some people fall into this trap. And also, you fall into this trap and no one is going to get you what? I see there are companies to fix your credit score. I don't think those companies are truly what they mean, because the only way you fix your credit score is just paying your bills on time, not getting more credit cards, not closing all the credit cards you have all at once, because they make your score go down. And what's the point of this score? If you're not envisioning yourself buying a house or a property or business credit, you don't need 1,001 credit cards. I know some people, like here in the state, I know people who have businesses where if you get your mortgage, let's say today, and you want to start maybe a adult family home, like the way people have here in my state, you buy a home with normal credit, with one credit card, and then if you want to furnish the house, you go get a credit card from a store like Home Depot. Home Depot is like a furniture hardware store. They can give you even a credit card of $50,000. You buy stuff with that credit card, refurnish your house, improve value, improve appreciation, and then you get your clients and start paying this credit card for Home Depot slowly by slowly. You see that trick? Now that makes a lot of sense. So those are the 3 companies where your credit cards are reported to FICO. Then these mortgage companies and banks, they use FICO score to give you a loan, to pre-approve you of a loan to buy a house, or a mortgage to buy a house. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.